want to tell you a little bit about my friend AJ today. Also my other friends, Mamiya 645, A7 Mark III, and the Polaroid Now, but mostly AJ. AJ and I go way back. If you've been on the channel for a while, you might recognize him from some of my videos. He's helped me out on occasion.
Thanks.
You know, I said thanks to AJ there as I handed him the phone, not realizing that he stopped the recording right there, so we had a bunch of really nice B-roll that wasn't filmed. He's not really a camera person, but he gets down with what I do. I met AJ in high school over a shared interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! Who would have guessed that dork would have become a lifelong friend of mine? We've been through everything you could imagine, like pushing his dad's van to Warped Tour after it broke down back in 2008, playing Pokemon Go in the church lobby on the day of his wedding, the trip to Atlantic City. But there was always one constant. He always talked about wanting to become a pilot. Well, fast forward to a few weeks ago. AJ and I were figuring out what day we can get together so he could take me flying. Let me tell you, I don't love flying. The thought of it often gets me about barf ready, but hey, you know, sometimes you just gotta say yeet and do things. I was definitely nervous as we walked across the runway, or whatever the hell you call the plane parking lot, but seeing AJ in his element, untying the thing, putting his iPad on the thing, spraying the wings with the thing, you think I would have learned one thing from this, but you would be mistaken. I was too busy thinking about film stuff. Just being real, we have our passions. Mine is spending all my money on film. His, flying metal death traps. I joke, of course. I've never been in a small plane before, and I gotta tell you, it was bizarre to be inside a plane where the interior was about the size of a sedan. It was a beautiful day for flying, apparently. I'd say it was brick and wildly uncomfortable outside, but what do I know? But once we were cruising at 1,500 feet, the weather didn't seem to matter much to me anymore. I asked AJ what flying meant to him, and he told me that he flies because it gives him a sense of freedom. The world is quiet for just a moment. It's him in the airplane for those moments. Everything is left on the ground. And it's funny because I share that same feeling of quiet in the darkroom, and I should point out that this is one of the first rolls of color film I ever developed myself. Up until now, I was only doing black and white. Seeing the skyline on the horizon like that was mind-blowing to me. It's a view I've seen my whole life, but a totally new perspective.
Wait, what? He said, look, no hands. Fucking, don't do that.
I aimed to keep my Polaroids close to my body to warm them up a bit. It was pretty cold. I think my favorite Polaroids have to be the shots of the Tappan Zee Bridge. The light was just really doing the heavy lifting for me there. It was wild to see the bridge from that angle, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of Polaroid, I wish the Spectras would have come out a little bit better. It felt like the camera was having a really hard time focusing beyond the wing. It was just kind of focusing a little too close, and all the skyline shots were a little muddy and mushy. Some of them are better than others, and some of them didn't fully develop either, so. I broke out the Mamiya once we were passing the skyline. I think I underestimated the speed at which we were moving, as these aren't the sharpest photos I've ever taken. It took me editing this video to realize this thing in the photo is actually the reflection of this other thing from the cockpit. Cockpit, see, I learned some plane shit. But honestly, my favorite shots from the day aren't the buildings. My favorite photos are the ones of my friend living out his dreams. The flight went by so quickly, I felt like I blinked and we were back on the ground. You know, I gotta say, it's been one hell of a year, but I'm so fucking proud of you, AJ. I'd say some cliche like the sky is the limit or something like that, but you're already there, man. I think it's important in life to pursue what you want. You only get one shot at it. It's like Ultra Nightmare mode in Doom Eternal. You know, that's where when you die you gotta start the game over. Life's a lot like that. I guess minus the starting over part. This started out really insightful and it has just evolved rapidly. I'm gonna leave you with that profound thought. And today's feature, which is of course photos from a high perspective, get it? Because I was flying. And today I'm gonna feature Eddie Night Photo for this beautiful shot in Portugal, which is a place that is oh so special to me. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know, I just wanted to talk about it because it was cool. And I'll see you tomorrow. We got a very special video. If you're in the Discord, you already know what that is. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here so I can get to work on that video. But hey, 10K week overtime, baby! Alright, I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.
Like and subscribe to Sweet Lou Photography. You're the man.